Yeah, hello. Sorry for coming your way again. There are some certain things I have to try to correct them so that along the line you will not find yourself wanting. I realized that all along I was just looking at the select statement or trying to concentrate on just practicing but not effecting the changes to our tables. Because at some points there were updates and all that, but I didn't really run all of them. I was trying to use the select statement to see if they really exist or this is how it's going to be or something like that. So please, if you haven't updated your table, follow this instruction so that you update all of them from part one, part two. So I'm looking at the part one where we effected the changes. I'm not taking you through the part two again. I'm just concentrating on where the changes took effect or where we effected those changes so that you follow along and then you change your table. If you have already done it, what we are doing, you do it and then it will not take any effect. It will just, I think it will not see the data that it has to look for and then update. All right. So as you can see on my screen, I have some comments. Please, I realized that the first video that I did, some people were not able to identify the comment and then the one that is not commented. Please, if it's commented, you see that all the sentences in that area they are blue, and so it will not run. So this as it stands now, this one when I run it, it will not take any effect. Okay, so um the first one is that we are supposed to update our well pollution, that is the well pollution data table, and then we set where the description is what bacteria giardia lamblia. So you type this whole code, the update till here, then you terminate with a semicolon. So this whole thing updates, this is the one I've highlighted. You are going to type everything so that it will take effect, because what is going to happen is that it is going to look at the description table, look for sorry, it is going to set the description table to bacteria where the description is what you can see clean in front and then bacteria and then this, because we want to uh, make sure that this is a polluted water. Okay, we don't want it to have the clean in front. uh So it is the one that we are going to change. So we are going to look for that and then replace it with the this one, the bacteria Giardia lamblia. Okay, so that is what you are going to do. But then if you are updating, what will happen is that it will give you an error. So you use this one, the set SQL safe update at the beginning. Please don't use this uh, backslash and asterisk is commenting this whole thing. Okay, it is commenting that. So don't bring yours, don't bring this one, it should be off. So you see that it has lighted the whole thing. Okay, so that is it. Before you run this whole code, and then after running, we will move to the next one. This code, we are also going to look at the description where we have clean bacteria equally, then we change it to bacteria equally. So what we did at the beginning is the same thing we are doing here, just that this time around we are targeting the description with the bacteria equally instead of the description that has clean bacteria Giardia lamblia. But this one we are just targeting this one. Then we set it to this. Then we come to this one. We are going to update. So you can type all these things before you run them. So we come to this place, update. Then this is the table. So update this table, set the description to this. Okay, which part of the table should it set its description to this? That is the clean bacteria. So wherever it sees this, it will replace it with this under the description column. All right. So you use the where statement for that. All right. Then we come here, we will do update well pollution set, and then result, where the results, sorry, we set the result to contaminated biological, contaminated biological, where the biological is what, greater than 0.01. So we are looking at where each biological is greater than 0.01. That is, it means that that one is what, contaminated. So we will set the results at where the biological is greater than 0.2 contaminated biological. That's what we are doing. And also, so if the biological is greater than 0.01 and also the results is clean. So if they have the biological is greater than 0.01, we know that it should be what, contaminated, or it is polluted. But then it could be that it is greater than this. Instead of them showing that the result, the thing is contaminated here, the result will be shown as clean. So we are looking for the one that this one is greater than 0.01 and they have indicated the result to be clean. So we are looking at these two conditions, and then we look at it before we can change its result. So the result, if it is clean, it will now be what, contaminated colon biological. So as usual, this star and the backslash indicate comment. So don't type it in addition. So you type this code to effect those changes. Then you come to this one. I think this one was what I did in the beginning. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing here. Uh, yeah, it's the same thing. Good. So after you are done, you should check if everything is okay. So you go to select all columns from the well pollution, where description is what? Where the description contains clean with some other things. So the description may be clean, biological, bacteria or something. So we are looking for the one that has this. Meanwhile, we have replaced it. So if you look for this and you get an empty string, empty table, then it means that you have effected the changes successfully. But if there's a result, then it means your changes that you did didn't take effect. So you check them again. So we are looking for the description with clean at the beginning with at least one character following it. So it will look for the clean biological contamination or something. Or the result is what? Where you see the result to be clean and also the biological being greater than 0.01. So if we see this or that, the first one, then it should display. So, and if you run this whole code and it doesn't return any results, then it means that what you did at the beginning, the update, has taken effect. So that is for the part one. That is for the part one. So you follow and then you do just as that. That is for the part one. And then the part two, uh, hold on, I'm opening the part two. So the part two, we are supposed to join the concast the names of the employees together with the some text to form the new email, and that is what we started from here. Yeah, it was started from here. So we use the select statement to check if what we are doing is correct. So they use select statement to check this formula, and at the end of the day, it will produce a new column called new email, and then you check the result. If the result is okay, then we come and alter our table. So this is where we will alter the table, the updates employee table. So update employee, then we set the email. We set the email column. Then this is what is going to happen. it will concat. So the concat bracket starts from here and then it ends here at the end like this. Okay, so this is concat, and then we'll have let me break this down for you. Let me break this down. So what is happening here is that it wants to take the employee name. Okay, it wants to take the employee name and then look for the space inside the employee name. So the employee name, you have two names, maybe uh, John Doe. Okay, so John Doe, there's a space in between. So it will look for this space, the replace keyword, it will look for this space and then replace it with what? A dot. So wherever it sees a space, it will replace it with a dot. So if the person has three names, that is what is going to happen. The first name, then the dot, the second one, and the dot, and the third one. That's what is going. So this replace is going to do that work. So this replace alone, this formula alone is going to look for the spaces and then replace them with what? Dots. And when it does that, it is using the actual names, whether capital letters, small letters, or whatever, to do this email. But then we don't want that, so we use lower to convert the whole text. That is why we have used lower with the bracket, so that this replace will return the person's name dots the person's surname, and then it will turn everything to lowercase. So this formula is doing that to turn it to lowercase. So this whole thing from lower up to this bracket, it will return a name dot its surname, all in lowercase. So if your name is John Doe, you will see small John dot small Doe. Then the concat, because we have used concat at the beginning, this whole thing will return that John dot Doe, comma, then we add this to that John dot Doe, this text at ndogowater.gov. You see that we put it in quotes. So that text will be added using the comma. So that it will take this whole text and then add this one to it. And then it will return it to the email. So the email will be set to that. So that is the meaning. That is what is happening. So let me see my uh, employee table. I have effected the changes. Sorry, I've selected everything from employee. So let me run it. Sorry. Hey, what have I done wrong? Select star from. Sorry. I didn't indicate MD Water Services dot employee. Okay. Yeah. So this is it, and this is the name of the employee. Okay, so it will take the employee name Amara. So the first one, for instance, it took it as Amara, then the space will be replaced with dots, Django. But then you see that Amara starts with capital letter, Django starts with capital J. So the lower keyword will change this whole thing to lowercase, and then after that it will add the at ndogowater.gov. So you see amara.django. So the email is like this. So every time it goes to the next row, it does the same thing and then put it there. Does the same thing and then put it there. So you see that is the convention that happened, or that's yeah, that happened in the coding that we did. So where is it? Yeah, so here is it. So you have replace which is looking for the space. So this replace is looking for the space and just put the dots. That's the work of the replace. And when it puts the dots, lower will change the whole case to lowercase, and then concat will add the lowercase name with together with the dots to this, and then make a complete thing. So that is what will happen. And then also we came to check if the phone number is what, up to 12 characters long. If it is not 12 characters, so that is how we filter or we look at data and then correct things. So we are looking if the phone number is more than 12 characters, because we are expecting it to be 12 characters long. But here we were using select to check if it is 12 characters long. If it is not, that is where we use the trim. So trim phone number will trim any white spaces around the phone number and make it 12 characters. So when it sees a white spaces, it will remove it, except when you intentionally leave a space in between text. So the trim keyword is used to trim that phone number, and that is what we did. So here when we selected sorry, I think I've talked about this. So our phone number, we said when we select phone number, so here is our phone number, sorry, here is our phone number. So when we select length of phone number, length, phone number, in my case, because I've done it, you will see that everything will be on point. I'll see 12 characters. Okay, so when you check the phone number, there are 12 characters in them. If when you check yours, when you type this code for yours, because you haven't changed it, you see 13 characters. It means the phone number that you have are more than 12 characters. This is because there's a space in front of the phone number, and that is where we will use the trim. So with the trim, instead of using it in the select statement, we will come and do update. So you use the updates, okay? You use the updates. So you use the updates, which table? The employee table. So let me just drag it here. The employee table, and then set, then set uh, phone number equals trim phone number. So we trim the phone number and put it back into what? Phone number, because it will remove the space in front of it and then place it back. So this is the code you will use for your phone number. So I think so far that is what you will be altering. Yeah. think that is it. Mm, okay. You have any challenge, or you saw something somewhere which is uh, difficult to you, or you don't understand, or is confusing, or you think there's something somewhere I didn't talk about which we have to tackle to or alter our table, let me know so that I will also add it to my work. Because if we don't get our tables right, I think along the way our data will be incorrect. It will return incorrect results, and that can affect our answers and in turn affect our MCQs results. Uh-huh. So please, let's look at that and then we help each other. Yeah. Thank you very much.